Hello everybody. I'm quite alarmed actually. Look at this. This is just, that's Anastasia Palaszczuk, the Queensland Premier. And look at her. They used to jokingly call her a pig in lipstick. She has a boy. She's not married. She doesn't have any children. And her father apparently, I've heard, owns a DNA company, collecting DNA data, hiding it, holding it. I don't know. Maybe patenting it. I don't know. But anyway, she looks like a pig in lipstick, and her boyfriend is a plastic surgeon.
Maternity and flu ward is the headline. Patients suffering from respiratory issues have been placed in the Gladstone Hospital maternity ward as the flu season stretches its bed capacity. Bronwyn, this issue of health, specifically in Queensland, really makes my blood boil, but specifically in the regions. Gladstone Hospital is already at capacity when it comes to things like maternity issues. We're hearing stories of women having to give birth on the side of dirt roads, and now you're putting, young...
Now this, I don't understand. She, locking borders down, mandating effective treatments for people and everything. She's a Labor. You've got to think of her and Dan Andrews down in Victoria. They're the two, they're like the Democrats here. So they're complete nutty, utter demonic people. And so putting pregnant people and newborn babies in with people that have the flu, like what the hell? If that doesn't tell you what their plan is and how they don't want anyone to be happy and successful and have a good hospital stay. But anyway, this happened to come up, but this is not what I was looking at. I actually was looking at something else here on YouTube. And this is from a day ago, and this is horrific. This is all about, as you can see it here, it's about stuff to do with South Africa. This lady here, she's talking about how if you think that you've got a pension or a pension plan that you've been putting money into for years, well, forget about it. It doesn't exist anymore. We don't have enough money to pay them all, so we're only going to pay out the people that have died or people that are disabled because their family need the money. It's horrific. Listen to this.
Then we have what people are much less aware of, a similar proposal coming up through in terms of the National Social Security Fund. This is still just at the green paper stage, and the last time it was published by the Minister, it was withdrawn in the face of a general outcry. But it's absolutely crucial to the ANC. And so...
It's crucial, but look at what's written up the top. Countdown to Socialism, the National Democratic Revolution in South Africa. Countdown to socialism. Socialism is a fancy way of saying the communists are going to work with the policyholders and with the manufacturers. And I don't know if anyone else here in Southeast Queensland, it stopped. I've come back from the hairdressers, and there was some guy out there. I don't know what they were driving around up in the sky, but it was like they were doing dive bombs in a little plane. I know that they used to have the Sky Guy that used to do in the Tiger Moth. I went in that years and years and years ago. But anyway, this is horrific. If this is South Africa, and look what happened. The first thing they did, they apartheided the people. And then what they did is, with the whole Black Lives Matter, they made all the black people get their land back off the white settlers, which, and then a lot of the farmers were being killed because the policy didn't take into normal plans and actions. The black people just thought, I shouldn't say black people, they're South Africans, the native South Africans I should call them. I apologise if I've called them black people. But the native South Africans, they heard that this is what was going to happen, and so they thought it was their right and their opportunity just to go and take the land and to force the native, just to force the settlers off. And so they came and they killed a lot of people and they ran them off. And so all of the farmers and everything, and what happens then, all the infrastructure and all the entities and all the businesses and everything that are being built or have been manufactured or made or produced or generated from that farm, which might have been a few generations, because we're talking, a couple of 100 years, then that all stops and society crumbles. And you look now what's happening. They're all rioting, they're looting, they're killing people left, right and centre. It is just like that stupid bloody television online thing, which was what, The Purge. This is exactly, it's happening to The Purge. I might do a bloody dark dive, predictive programming into The Purge. It's not based on, whether you're a good person or if they hate you or not. It's based on, your colour and what religion you are and what political stance you have and whether or not you've taken a certain number of treatments and whether you agree with what people say and whether you want little boys to have their penises cut off and girls to have their breasts removed and their ovaries removed, and if you want to have children sexualised and go being treated and trafficked by the horrible pedophiles. If that's what you want, well then you put up with it. But this is what's coming to Australia. If that's stupid, if The Voice wins or gets in, please vote no for it. If it gets in, this is what's going to happen to Australia. We are going to become a fifth world country, not even a second world country. We're going to become a fifth world country. And all the migrants that are coming here, the 500 million or 500,000 that are coming each year, they're going to get really friggin' pissed off. They've come to Australia, the happy country, and they're going to find out that everything's so expensive. We can't afford to live. Society is shit. Everyone's fighting and arguing. It's better back home. At least I knew my enemy back home. Here, I don't know my enemy anymore because I'm in a different place. I can't speak the language. I can't speak the culture. I can't use the shops. I don't know how to use your climate. Your climate is friggin' crazy. You're hot one day, cold the next. It rains, it doesn't rain. It's insane. It is going to stuff these people that come here. And to hear all of this,
I think it's likely to come back. And it would result in a single, probably state-run pension system, with private pension schemes no longer being allowed to operate, like medical schemes will not be allowed to. State control of all pension savings.
Did you hear that? Private will not be allowed to operate. So that means your superannuation, hey, it's not there anymore. It's gone. Because that's private. The superannuation is private. It's government monitored and government mandated. You must put 10% or 12%, whatever it is, of your boss must put that of your pay into your superannuation. But if we become like South Africa, that will no longer exist. They're going to steal all that money. They're going to steal it. Let's just go back and listen to that again.
Not in a single, probably state-run pension system, with private pension schemes no longer being allowed to operate, like medical schemes will not be allowed to. State control of all pension savings, which currently amount to more than 6 trillion, and all pension contributions as they are made in the future. And again, a state rationing of pension payouts. There won't be enough.
So did you hear that? So they're not just going to steal the money that you've already had taken from your pay or you've voluntarily contributed to it. They're going to steal your future. So you're going to work for less with no benefit at the end because, at the moment now people are, I can put, 12% of my super, because it's earning interest and, it's locked away and I'll get it when I get 55, 60, 65, whatever age it is. And that's, remember all what was happening in France? And the people were rioting because they were changing the pension date from 52 to 54 and they frigging got pissed off. And they said, no, we're not going to allow this. And Macron was like, well, tough titties, it's going to happen. I've done it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, this is what's going to happen. The world is absolutely screwed. I'm not going to play any more of this because it's just making me angry. I'll put the link down below and you can listen to it yourself. This is just, look at the demon lady. Look at her. And this is South Africa. Wow. And just think of what's happening in New Zealand, what's happened in Hawaii, where they've basically they've burnt the people off the land. They don't have any natives there. Like in South Africa, they had the native South Africans to run the white man off. But in Hawaii, they didn't have anybody because the people that were on the land were the natives. So they tried to get them to sell, and they said, no, this is our sacred land. And if the voice comes in, who's to say that in 5 years' time, when all of Australia is then under the sovereignty of the Aboriginal people, the same thing won't happen? They want all of our land. You go back to Charles Schwab's The Great Reset book. It talks about it, where there is no sovereignty anymore. All assets belong not to one country or to one state. They belong to the world. And they're put into a pool, and then they're handed out or doled out, like, when you go to a kid's birthday party and you have your little party bag, and it has, like one of each lolly in it. And everybody gets the same. That's what they're going to do. But it's going to be based on how many people you have. So the more people you have in the country, the more money you get and the more resources you get. And then you can use those resources as a bargaining tool to control your people. That's exactly what they're doing. And I say no, 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 no. Hell no. Protect your family, protect your animals, protect your kids, because without them, we are nothing. And I'm going not this Friday, but next Friday. No, I'm not going to talk about that. But anyway, so yeah, please protect your family, protect your kids, and start putting away some rice. Well, how they're already running off the rice. They're saying that the water is contaminated, and it's so bad. It's there. That's why they're culling half of the rice population. And how many people eat rice? Thousands of years people have eaten rice. You think about in in China, they use human waste, human toilet fluids as fertilizer, and they're still alive. The human body is friggin' amazing when it's not tampered with. But anyway, I'm going to go. I've ranted on too long. Please take care. Godspeed to all. Godspeed.
On top of Old Horror Hill, in a secret laboratory, Professor Weirdo and Count Kook were in their monstrous glory.
6 drops of the essence of terror, 5 drops of sinister sauce.
When the stirring's done, may I lick the spoon?
Of course, of course. Now for the tincture of tenderness, but I must use only a touch. For without a touch of tenderness, it might destroy me. Oops, too much. Better hold your breath, it's starting to tick.
Better hold my hand, I'm feeling sick.
Hello, Dad. What have I done? I'm Milton, your brand new son.